Hello, I'm Noelle and I hope you're doing well. So I did a couple of little differences in my just general section that I wanted to go over quick. I got Crayola Super Tips for Christmas, which was awesome. So I added some grays into the color scheme, colored in the sand, the blue sky, then gray sky, because England's all rainy, or at least when I saw Stonehenge, it like rained. Those are still the same. I colored in the background of the books so that the books would pop more. And yeah, that's up to speed with getting January done. Let's do this. So for January's theme, I was inspired by two things. One, this lovely washi tape that I got from Amazon, not Spawn or affiliate link or literally anything. Some of the tape was actually iffy in quality. One kept ripping. But anyways, the other inspiration was pottery. That really fancy porcelain blue pottery. I love the idea of it, which is why I have this like plate thing in the center. It's like waves, that's supposed to be waves. It doesn't really look like waves, but that's okay. I used the designs on this cover page of sorts throughout the rest of the month, so that way it makes sense why they're there. Because I really like designs and pattern work, so it was really fun to do all of these. Especially with my new markers. That was nice. They held up a little worse than I thought they would, to be honest. They ghosted a tiny bit, but I think that's because they are new and have a lot of like potency to them. I think once I use them a bit more, they'll chill out. Here we have my mini calendar. I use the calendar on my phone for the most part, but if I need a quick glance at anything while I have this with me, I can just throw it in the mini one. Then I have my goals, which are very important. I still have not applied to grad schools yet. But I need to. I have everything almost ready. So once I do that, the last thing, I can finally submit my stuff, of which I'm not entirely too worried because my first deadline is February 1st, but still I'm gonna get on that because I am not losing my shot. So here we have my habit tracker, which I put sideways, and I really liked this floral design on one of the washi tapes, so I thought I'd just put a stack of flowers there. And for my habits, I decided to kind of separate them. Oh, I hated this tape that I put there. That was not the tape that inspired me. But here for the habits, I added my usual stuff, and then less than 2 snacks and stretches because I've gained a little weight, so I need to watch my snacking. And the stuff in the black cube is for when I play with Phoebe, what area of the day I tend to play with her, because I thought that would be interesting to track as well. Then we have the 1 line a day, which pretty simple to set up at least. Then the mood tracker, I loved this tape. That's what I got that design for the side of the goals from. I was sort of lazy this month because I realized I tested it out before that I could use my pens on that particular washi tape and it would stay. So I thought, you know what, let's just put that pretty washi tape in there and color in the little squares for my moods each day. Because, you know, I'm a dynamic human being. I feel more than one thing in a day sometimes. Sometimes I don't. It's just chill. Here we have my monthly review page. I knew that my timer was going out, so I thought I would try to do a page that's generally quick, but it still went out. So I won't be showing this at the end of the month because it's rather personal, I guess, with my money spending and accomplishments, as I've realized from my current one. So yeah, I wanted to track my socials for stuff just out of curiosity, not competitively or anything. So we have the first weekly here, where I made an error. I wasn't actually supposed to put that line on that bottom section. I was supposed to put washi tape, like you'll see. But I just kind of rolled with it because I really liked the way the sides looked anyways. So here we have the second week where I did my design correctly this time. And so that top section is things that are due that day, like my assignments for school or other things that I'm doing, like this Writer's Digest agent critique thing. My middle section is for like events, things particularly for that day that as I'm going throughout the day I should look at, like events or things I want to get done. And that bottom box section is for me to say which projects I worked on. And that doesn't restrict myself to like school projects, but also books, synopsises, query letters, you name it. It's all got a color code. So I'll have it there as well, because I had that in a separate journal. But I realized, wait, if I condense them all and just add a tiny box at the bottom of the page, I could see what I was working on that day and not waste an entire journal for that. I can just have one place to look for everything. I sit with my tripod between my legs, so right there I nudged it a little bit with my chair, my rolly chair. But here we have the flower petal-esque design from the cover page, and I had to adjust it a little bit because it didn't translate as well, smaller, so I had to do less lines with the line work. I had to take out the dots between, I guess, the feathers. It reminded me of a peacock for some reason. Guess that's the vibe I was going for with that. And I think that might be my favorite pattern that I did. And it also cuts out here as well, which is unfortunate. But here we have the final weekly, or at least half the week that's still in January. And I had this design on the left from my washi tape, and I decided that I'd just color it in real cool next to it. I also found the washi tape that actually did inspire this page, so I threw it on there last minute. And here we have the final flip through of January. I am very happy with how it turned out. I love using the markers. I will definitely be using them more in the future. I added some lines of blue to the habit tracker during the empty spaces. I also have that space on the sides for any notes I might need to take. It would suck if I would need to take a note this week because there's no space for it. So that's January, and I hope yours turns out fantastic. Make some good out there. Bye.